Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, my respected colleagues. My name is Asabe Vilita Asabe. I represent the good people of Chibok, Goza, Damboa Federal Constituency. I'm from Borno State. Your Excellency, sir, my motion is for the urgent call for the re-establishment of a national carrier. The House recalls that the Nigerian Airways was established on August 23, 1958, as a national carrier and made its maiden flight on 1st October 1958 using Boeing Stratocruiser from London to Lagos. The House is aware that the airline operated proudly, reaching its height in the 1980s with scheduled flights across Africa, Europe, and America, with a complement of over 8,500 workforce and a fleet of about 30 aircraft. The House is also aware that by the mid-80s, the Nigerian Airways started experiencing severe problems owing to maladministration, corruption, waste, abuse, and other sundries by top government officials who got allocated seats without payment. The House also recalls that the above burden so weighed it down that by 2003, the carrier ceased operations. The House further recalls the effort made by federal government in the recent past to re-establish a national carrier when it entered into an agreement with Virgin Atlantic Airways, which led to the founding of Virgin Nigeria Airways. But this did not last, as it was grounded in 2012. Concerned that in the absence of a national carrier, the nation's huge aviation market has been dominated by foreign airlines that have been reaping enormous bounties from the country's aviation market that is ranked among the highest in the world in terms of travels by the citizens. Also concerned that some of the foreign airlines have closed operation in the Nigerian route, while others have increased their fares and are struggling to survive due to scarcity of foreign currency and unstable exchange rate due to the prevailing foreign exchange policies, which have made it unprofitable for them to repatriate their profits to their home countries. The House is worried that if the trend is not addressed, the consequences of the airline shutting down operation in the country will continue to adversely affect the economic and social activities of the people. The House regrets the huge revenues that the country has been losing from an economic sector that has proven elsewhere to be very profitable, consequent upon the liquidation of the Nigerian Airways in 2003. The House believes that floating a national carrier will direct the aviation market in favor of the country against the current dominance by foreign carriers. It will reduce pressure on Naira. It will lower the cost of airfares, create employment for thousands of Nigerians. It will provide better ground for competing with foreign carriers. It will also contribute to the revenue base of the country and also restore the lost national pride among the Committee of Nations that already own national carriers. The House resolves to, 1, urge the federal government to, without further delay, set in motion measures aimed at establishing a national carrier, and 2, mandate the Committee on Aviation to ensure compliance. I so move, Your Excellency.
Ali. Okay, Honorable Asabe, 2 minutes to argue the motion.
Thank you, Excellency. Thank you, my respected colleagues. As I said earlier, this motion is calling for the re-establishment of a national carrier in our dear country, Nigeria. Your Excellency, sir, the law that established Nigeria Airways Limited was enacted on 1st of April 1969. And if we can cast our minds back, we know that in the days when we had the Nigerian Airways that time was among the most respected airlines in the world. Nigerian Airways at that time was one of the biggest airlines in Africa, if not the biggest. And Nigerian Airlines provided job opportunities to a lot of Nigerians. It also attracted, Nigeria earned foreign exchange through Nigerian Airways. It provided revenue for the government, and above all, it was the national pride of this country. Somehow along the line, in 2003, this vibrant airline was liquidated by the then administration of Olusegun Obasanjo. Your Excellency, sir, respected colleagues, the reason they gave for the liquidation that time were not so strong as far as I'm concerned. They said it was due to maladministration, corruption in the system, lack of maintenance culture, and so on and so forth. Your Excellency, sir, you will agree with me that these are reasons that are surmountable in any administration, because nobody is above the law when laws are made. And so, Mr. Speaker, sir, having said that, in view of the current situation Nigeria finds itself in the economic recession, we have no reason but to start retracing our steps back to those policies, those unpopular policies that were taken mistakenly that brought us to this level. We are now in recession, and we must begin to look at those policies that we took that made us land here, that will make us earn foreign exchange, that will make us redeem the current recession. Your Excellency, sir, there are so many countries that have recorded success stories out of floating national carriers. Countries like Ethiopia, countries like Kenya, countries like United Arab Emirates, South Africa, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, just to mention but a few. These countries depend largely on the revenues generated from these national carriers. And Nigeria is not different. We have the capacity, the workforce, and we have all it takes to sustain a national carrier. If we look at our current population now, Nigeria, we are over 170 million. And we have over 10 to 15 million Nigerians that live outside this country, and they go in and out of Nigeria every day. This population alone is enough to sustain this sector. And all over the world, Your Excellency, it is the dream of every nation to float a national carrier. Then why not Nigeria? Having said so, Your Excellency, what we lack in this country is always the political will. And today we thank God that Mr. President, President Muhammadu Buhari, has that political will. Because I could remember during campaign days, he did promise Nigerians that when he's elected, that he will float a national carrier. And this is the time to do it. I want this honorable House to impress on the government, on federal government, to kickstart the process of setting a national carrier because of the numerous advantages this country stands to benefit. Transportation is a very important sector in the national economy. Therefore, it should not be neglected. Having said so, respected colleagues, I want this honorable House to see this motion with an eagle eye with a view to advising the President to do the needful because of the numerous advantages this country stands to benefit by floating a national carrier. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, my respected colleagues.
I'm sure the leader of the House will want us to give. The ayes have it.